Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. Today we're going to take a break from our track build and we're going to build a pirate ship. And this is not going to be any normal pirate ship. This ship is going to hopefully float and be able to glide across the land here since we don't have any water to put it in. That's the next best thing I could think of. I almost thought about putting wheels on it, but then I figured out that's just not really that fun. It's just really a big vehicle. So I'm going to start out with the body here. We've got kind of a base going, and the very bottom of the ship's going to need to be flat because I'm going to place rockets under it with sensors. So that kind of needs to be just on the same level. Everything else for the body here, we're going to just slowly go up with it here. I'm going to go like up 2 blocks, and then let me just show you here. It'll be a little easier than explaining it. So going up 2 blocks and then up 2 more like this, and I'll just continue this pattern all the way up almost to the top of the ship, well, up to the deck, the main deck. And then I'll probably just go straight up a couple more blocks because I'm thinking I'm going to put like cannons. Well, really they're going to be rockets. They're not cannons. I'm going to use those to help turn the ship. So this is the basic pattern. Not sure how I'm going to do the front and the rear, the front and the rear of the ship. I'm thinking the rear, I'm just going to go out, kind of use the same pattern. The front, I'm going to need to somehow make some point. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. We'll just wait until we get around to that. But this is going to be a pretty big build. I'm excited to see if this works because, well, I'm hoping this works because this is going to take a long time. And I don't want to end up with just some piece of wood out here that looks like a ship. I want it to work. I want to be able to actually use it. So we'll see what happens here. But anyways, I'm going to continue this pattern up. I'm not sure how much further I'm going to go up. We'll just kind of eyeball it. I've got some pictures here of pirate ships, and we'll give it a go here. I'm going to definitely need to watch the weight here. Okay. I'm thinking that's probably tall enough before I start going straight up to the cannons. Let's go ahead and build or at least start the rear of the ship. I know how I'm going to do the very back, but I'm not sure how I'm going to connect the sides here, or the corners. The back, I'm just going to use the same pattern. We'll just go up 2, and we'll just keep going, doing 2 at a time. We'll go all the way up. This is the rear of the ship. This will be where the captain's quarters will be up at the top. I've got some pretty neat plans for this. I don't know how fully fleshed out the interior of the ship's going to be. I've got to watch weight. I'm hoping to make it at least fairly detailed. Maybe add a couple little neat things, but it's not going to be just filled because I don't even know if I'm going to be able to make this thing float with just the shell. But I don't know, we'll try here. For the corner, I'm thinking of just kind of coming out, and that looks okay. Let's keep going with it. Let's add maybe... This has got to come out some because the ship shoots out this way. I don't know, something maybe like that. I'll have to clean the corner up and make it a little bit more uniform, but I believe this will work. And I'll just kind of do both corners like this. Alright, we are at the front of the ship here. For the front, I'm making it look... I know the point looks small right now, but I'm going to make the point come out 1 each block. As it goes out, it's going to come out 1, so it should make a nice point. I think it maybe midways up, I'm going to make it come out 2 and just kind of make the point get sharper and make it come out. I don't know how it's going to look from the outside. Of course, I don't have any really smooth blocks. I want to keep it all wood. But I think it's going to give a pretty good effect of, it being the shape that it needs to be. So, kind of make this one little block over here a little longer, and then we'll go back out to the 1 point out. I'm just trying to give it as much shape as possible and make it look as close as possible. Let's see. But yeah, I'm going to continue this all the way up. I should be, I'm going to need to cut a hole in the side. I'm going to have a door that's to get in and out of. I'll just put a bearing on it, and we'll make a door fold down. I actually think I can make it fold down in the steps. And we need to do that, and then we'll cover this, and we'll make the main deck. And then I probably need to move on to the rockets and see how we're going to make this bad boy fly. So let's continue this, and we'll go around to the side here. I'm really digging the way this looks. I hope this works. There we go. I think that would be a great spot for a door, so let's go ahead and cut a hole in the side of our ship here. I know it's a little funny that there's going to be a door in this ship, but I couldn't think of a better way to get into it. So I think this will work good. I'm going to put a bearing at the bottom here, and when it folds out, it's going to actually act as stairs anyway. So that works. Let's see. Gotta make sure I can clear my big head through here. Let's delete a little more. Yeah, that'll be fine for a door. We'll fill that in here in a minute. I think also I need to go ahead and start going like up with the ship. This is where the rockets are going to hang out the sides. They're going to look like cannons, but they're actually going to have a purpose. They're going to help turn the ship. I might be able to accomplish some of that with a sail, but I think majority is going to need to be accomplished with the cannon/rocket design that I'm going to do here on the side. Let's see, that's probably gonna be tall enough. We'll start the main deck here in a second. Gonna have to make the point go out a little bit more here, so something like that, and then we'll go in. I'm gonna do some cleanup work, get some blocks in some odd spots, and we need to fix some of that. Okay, is this gonna clear my head? Scrap Mechanic's got a really odd-shaped person. I think this clears. Let's get this. Try not to screw this up here. I should clear here. Anyways, I'm going to build this deck. We'll make it go all the way out here to the back. The captain's quarters, or whatever they're actually called, I'm not sure. There might be an official name for it. They're going to set back here. I don't think I'm going to really put much in the bottom here. I'm going to have to leave it hollow. I need to, like I said, weight concerns. I got to watch my weight. I've gained too many pounds here, so let's go out to the back. Make sure this is all connected. I got to do a little bit more cleanup back here. Sometimes when you do these big builds, you get some of the blocks. When you start going in patterns, you start screwing it up. So, oh, and I fall off the ship. Well, at least look at the interior. There we go. Come out here, and let's finish the top. And then we will move, we'll probably do the side rockets next, and then we'll do the captain's quarters. Let's see. Yep, here's our deck, and it appears that I've missed a spot. There we go. Okay. Let's go down here to the bottom. I think I know. Like, I thought about doubling the rockets up initially, like making rows of cannons. Rows. I'm having problems Englishing today, so excuse me. Let's cut these out on the side. I'm thinking like that, maybe just two blocks apart. I thought about doing like stacking them, but I think that's probably going to be overkill. I don't need that many rockets. I gotta make sure my computer's gonna be able to handle this in the first place. So this is gonna be interesting to see if it's gonna crash everything. I've had builds where I've gotten like really far, and then all of a sudden the game doesn't like it, and the whole game crashes, and it's very hard sometimes to get those saves back. So I'm gonna have to be careful here. I don't want to end up with just a big hunk of wood that doesn't work out here. Let's see. Yeah, that looks good. I don't want to go anymore. Let's try that. Yeah, they poke out just enough to where it doesn't look awkward. It appears like big cannons or something hanging out the side. So that would hopefully this works. Like I said, with how we're going to turn it, we're going to turn it with the corners. The right rear and the left front corners will activate at the same time, and that'll turn it one way, and then the opposite corners will be mapped to another button. It should turn it the opposite way, at least in theory. And then I'll have some rockets here in the back. I need to clean these corners up a little bit, but I'll have some rockets here in the back that'll make it go forward. Once everything works together and I get used to the controls, I think I can control this pretty good, at least hopefully. Alright, I have a design that I'm going to do down here. I'm going to do, I don't know how many actual, like, columns I'm going to do. I don't know, I think we'll keep it 3 wide. I think 3 rockets across should be enough. I initially thought about 4, but I guess I better go ahead and save the weight and save the punishment to my computer, so let's keep it at 3. But I'm also going to have to go up into that lower deck, and the way I'm cutting these out, it cuts all the way through, so like you can see all the way up to the top deck. I'm going to need to go up there and place a board, that way the rocket will actually have something to latch onto. I didn't think about this. I probably should have made the base like 2 up, but I don't know, we'll go in there and clean it up, and also I'd like to get the lift out of the way, but I don't know. Let's count this, make sure we don't get off here. I don't think it's like 100% important to have this all even down here. The weight distribution and balancing is all going to be done through like adjusting the thrusters, and that's going to take a long time. It took a long time with my F-Zero build, so imagine it's going to be 10 times worse with this one here. So let's continue to cut these out. We'll go up and I'm almost done doing this. And then we'll go up and we'll cut them out, and I don't know how I'm going to do the sensors. I don't like the sensors weigh that much in the game, so I'm just going to place them probably right beside each rocket. That way, when I go to hook them up, it's going to be real easy. And if I need to make, slight adjustments, I can do it. Let's see. Let's cut out this the last row, and then we'll go up into the ship, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with how I'm going to make these stick. So it looks cool. God, I hope this works. Yeah, we're going to go over here to this. I don't know where those blocks came from. But we'll go into here, and literally all I'm going to do is just cover these up. So just cover them up, and that way the rocket should stick. And we should float. I don't know. I think next we're going to build the captain's quarters. I need to go ahead and get all the weight I can up at the top. That way when I start adjusting rockets, I'm not adjusting them for nothing. I'm going to go up there and add more weight, so. How many more of these do I have to go? This is how I'm connecting these. The sensor just hooks right up to the rocket. This is the way the whole ship's going to balance. There's going to be a lot of adjusting to like all the thrusters I have, but I think once I get all the weight on top and like get everything how I want it, this should be, I'm not going to say easy, but I should know what I need to do down here. It's just going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort to make this balance itself. But yeah, this is a way to make any craft float. I've got a lot more hooking up to do, so on to the next thing. Is that even? I'm not sure. Let's do a count here. Okay, yeah, I need to trim a little bit off right here. Anyways, we're going to build the captain's quarters here. We're going to close all this up. I'll probably add just a little bit of stuff in here. Like I said, I'm not going to go overboard with the interior. So let's do that. I'll probably cut maybe some windows out in the back, and we'll create the deck. So let's go ahead and close this up. The more I look at this thing, the more afraid I get of this thing not flying, or I say flying, not floating. We're not going for a fly, like a flying ship, which that's actually kind of cool. The more I think of it, maybe eventually I could adjust this to where I can make it fly. I don't know. I don't really like the flight model in Scrap Mechanic, or lack of flight model. It's always really funny, like you build something thinking that this is going to actually work, and then it does something completely opposite of what you were doing, or what you're thinking of. So that's why you don't typically see too many like flying builds. But yeah, that looks good. We'll go up here. This is where the captain's going to pilot the ship. We'll build some handrail or some railing here. That way we don't fly off of it. I'm thinking maybe 2 up should do. And we'll surround this, and we'll surround the stairs here. Alright, that's my cell. It's a little disappointing, but without the paint tool, like I thought maybe of putting the tile block up there, but that tile block is too heavy. It's going to throw it off, but having all that weight up high. I think eventually, once the paint tool comes out within the next week, hopefully, I'll fill it in with wood, and then I'll paint it white like a cell. But for the time being, I'm going to actually just leave that alone. I'm really afraid of it, afraid of that much weight up high. But we're going to do a little bit of decorating here before I start adjusting rockets, because all weight matters, so might as well get this out of the way. I don't know what I'm going to place in here, really. Let's just throw some random stuff. We'll throw a sink over here. How about a bed? Maybe we'll double this bed up, give him a big old king-size bed. Something like that. I could probably build a desk in here. Let's place a duck, because why not? We don't have parrots in the game, we'll just have a duck. Of course, you can't enter this. This is the captain's area, so we'll put some do not enter signs. I could probably put like a... They have a skull and... Well, I don't know if it's crossbones. I think it's wrenches. We can put that on the ship. That would look cool. That doesn't look so good there. Maybe I can use some of the piping. We'll create a couple of lanterns. I'm trying to think of what else I can add to the ship to make it look cool. Maybe use this for the lanterns. We'll just get the light and set it on top here. Okay. Also, I have my windows cut back there. I don't know. You probably already saw that. Alright. Yeah, that should do. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's build it like maybe a small desk back here, like a place where the captain's going to sit and boss people around. And also, we need to get a crapper in here, too. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody just let loose overboard, but the captain doesn't have to do that. We're gonna actually give him a little bit of luxury here. All right, desk-wise, we'll just create a simple design, just a couple boards over and a couple up, or I don't know. Maybe we need to make this a little bit wider, something like that. There we go. That should do it for the captain's quarters. All right. It is time. Let's see. Does it float? Oh, it's floating. Yes, that was almost the first try. I tried a while ago, and the back was just a bit too heavy. Wow, that thing looks epic. Oh, it floats. Hopefully it actually controls. I'm going to have to go through the pain and hooking all this up, and I don't think I can reach those. Let's add a little bit to the stairs here. The only adjusting I really had to do, I had everything set pretty standard. I just had to put a little bit more thrust in the rear to lift it up. Look at my maze of these things that go everywhere. Oh god, this is a little disorienting. I've still got plenty more of these to go, too, so by the time this is finished, this is going to look really odd. I'm working, like I said earlier, we're working with the corners here. That's the way we're going to turn this ship, and I think maybe the middle rockets on the sides, I'll use those to kind of, like a strafe. If they won't turn, they might, help assist me going from left to right, just kind of skidding. But yeah, hopefully I've got all this mapped right, because there's so many of these. The rockets in the back, the sides, it's a mess. Alright, Maiden Voyage time. There's my makeshift cell, which I'm really disappointed in until I fix it. Let's put the stairs up and fold into the side, and we are ready to go. This seems a little off again. It's got a weird bounce to it now. I don't know, I'm probably going to have to go back down. I thought I had it floating right, but maybe it's the terrain that's doing it. I'm not sure. Let's get it going here. Wow, it's got a really weird effect. Like, it feels like it's actually going over waves, but it's just kind of going with the terrain here. This is cool. This is working. Actually, that should be the word I should be using here. This work. Oh, okay, we're slipping a little bit. I'm probably gonna have to add a little bit of power to the bottom here. I'm not quite. I think I'm bottoming out a little bit. Let's go over this hill and see what it does. Oh, it actually feels like a wave. Let's see if we go down here. It's gonna be interesting if I can get over some of this terrain. I'm trying to get out to the flat part, and uh-oh, we're capsizing. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Oh. Oh, we almost flipped it. Oh, yeah, you know what? I might have flipped it myself. I accidentally clicked the 1 key and the stairs came out. I bet you those caught on the ground and tipped me over. Well, that's a pretty good first test. We'll do a little bit more tweaking here, and we'll set this back up. And this is hard to find a spot to set this back up. But anyways, we'll set this back up, do a little bit of tweaking. Okay, test number... what test are we on? I think we're on 4? I don't know. This might be 5. Let's go. Alright, stairs up. The floating seems a little bit more even. It still does a little bit of a hop, but that's not too big of an issue. Let's make it go forward here. Pick up some speed. I'm disappointed by the cells. They do have a little bit of an effect on the way it's angled, but it's not the big effect that I was wanting. I think once I can get a paint tool, I can paint it white, and actually maybe add some more rockets up there, and maybe that'll make it work. It actually turns just fine with the cannon or the side rockets. But yeah, let's get going here. Let's pick up some speed, and we'll just kind of show you. I'll show you how I can maneuver, hopefully through these trees. Like I said, I'm not going for a really fast boat. It doesn't need to be fast. I mean, these things don't go terribly fast. We're just going for a even flow to make sure I can maneuver it. Turning wise, it feels good. We'll do some wide turns here in a second. Let's kind of float between these rocks and trees. And we'll turn here to the side. Let's see if we can make it over these rocks without catching. Got over that one. I don't think I can make it quite over. I don't want to hit that one straight on, but God, this thing is neat. I'm really, really pleased. But yeah, this is a way. This design, this rockets on the bottom is a pretty solid design for floating. So if you guys want to do this for your builds, this is a solid way, and I just hit a rock. We'll have to climb over it here. But yeah, this is a really, really good way to make things float, not fly. Flying, I haven't quite figured out, at least a good way to make it fly, without it ending in catastrophic failure, death. But that's probably going to about wrap it up for this build. If you'd like to subscribe, like the video, comment, anything helps. I'm still taking suggestions. I'm still working on my racetrack. That's a huge undertaking. You can see a preview in my previous build, the classic Formula 1 car, if you'd like to check that out. It should be a link in the description. But let's try to miss the trees here. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this somewhere where I can get a good picture of it. I'm going to jump out of it and show you the outside one more time here. But yeah, channel's growing. Everything's going really good. I'm surprised by the volume of videos I'm actually able to get out right now. So that's going better than it was. I'm still looking for people. We're still getting some things together. Still looking at other games to play. Of course, Scrap Mechanic's not going to change. You're still going to get all the episodes of Scrap Mechanic that I can give you. And I'm really excited for the future of Scrap Mechanic too, the survival mode and all that good stuff that's going to be coming out. The paint tool that should hopefully be out within the next week, hopefully. Pray, hoping. If you're listening, the developers of Scrap Mechanic, please release that. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up. Let's get a look of the outside of it real quick and look at the epicness of the boat. And we will definitely see you guys next time.